Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Scott and today is my 10-month anniversary of Mounjaro. So let me talk to you about what's happened in the last 10 months. So from the weight loss to the BMI changes to the pen dosages, how many pens have I used? How have I done it? How have I lost my weight? And of course my future plans when it goes into maintenance. So let me talk to you all about what's going on. So let's start with my weight at the time. So when I first started Mounjaro, I weighed 130.4 kg. I'll put on the pounds and stones weight up the top here somewhere. I had a BMI of 38.5 and I was so morbidly obese. Can't say the word properly, but there you go. Going back to today, so today is the 14th of July 2026, 10 months after I take my first ever jab of Mounjaro. I now weigh 91.5 kg. Again, the pounds and stones I'll put up here, I think it's about 14.5 stone. I can't actually remember the pounds, just over 200 I think it is. And I have the weight loss overall of 38.9 kg. 6 stone 2 pounds and 86 pounds, and my BMI has now been reduced from 38.5 to 27, which is a big chunk of weight really gone there. I've actually lost about 29% of my overall body weight. How have I done it? I've done it by using Mounjaro, going to the gym, cycling, good diet. When I say good diet, I mean I've not actually done any proper diets like people do the keto diet, people do the fasting. All I've done is cut my diet down, my calories down to around about 1800 a day, maybe 1900 on some days. I kept my protein levels high, so it's anything from 100 to 200 grams a day. I've kept my fats down. I've kept my carbs really low. The carb I really eat during the day is porridge. So I eat porridge every day with protein. I have had replacement meals during the day at work to help me lose weight. I've stopped doing that now for the last few weeks, maybe a couple of months. I do have treats still at night. I still eat oat cakes with hummus, and I do have a protein yogurt every night. So I've not like completely cut out treats. Exercise wise, since Christmas, probably what, 2.5 months into my journey, I started using the gym, started using heavy weights and free weights and lifting quite a lot to keep the muscle build. Why did I leave it 2 months into my journey? I had a pretty bad knee injury which stopped me using a lot of exercise machines in the gym. For even like ones people say, why can't you do upper body weights? Every time I sat down I was in pain. So I was doing a lot of walking up to that point. But then Christmas time, before Christmas, I started using the gym. I pushed myself into through the pain barrier. Basically, eventually my knee healed probably in the beginning of the year. And I was actually training a lot harder. 2 months ago, I started cycling. I bought a bike, something I wanted to do for a long while. I used to cycle a lot up to 2-3 years ago. But I gave up. I just gave up with it. I gave up all exercise. But now I'm absolutely enjoying cycling again. I ride the bike almost every day. It's my way to get to back and forth to work. I probably go out of it a bit further, sometimes once a week when I can. A couple of 20 miles, 30 miles, so I can do that. What have I talked about? Pens. With the dosage, I've kept low all my time. So I started on 2.5. I was going up to 5. When I got advice for people, why are you going to 5? If your 2.5 is working for you, stay on 2.5. So I went halfway. So I went to 3.75. Stayed in that 3.75 for probably most of the journey. There was a period of time, probably month 6, maybe 7, where I went up to 5 for a while. So I've done 5 for about 2-3 weeks, but starting to get side effects. Yes, side effects. Something else I should talk to you about. I never suffered side effects on my journey. Only time I suffered side effects when I went up to 5. I had a bit of constipation, and I came back down, got rid of it. Again, when I suffered constipation, I was taking fibre tablets, eating high fibre diet, so I've never really suffered that much over it. So I never had silver burps. I never had diarrhea. I've never had any of these other side effects a lot of people get. So I'm quite lucky with that side. Anyway, going back to the dosage. So yes, I was doing 3.75 for quite a long while on the journey, up to about a month ago, where I started getting hunger pains, and I decided basically I'll take a slightly different approach. I microdose it, so I went up to 2.5 twice a week, so every 4 days I microdose it at 2.5, which has been journey now for what, 4 weeks, maybe 6 weeks, and it's working fine for me. I don't get hunger pains. I don't say it's food noise. I don't suffer food noise. Anyway, I never did. Anyway, to me, it's willpower. It's the base of the willpower to stop eating the dodgy food, the chocolates, the cakes, the alcohol, the monsters. My biggest being the monsters. But I won't lie. I've actually had times where I've drunk alcohol and I've eaten cake, and done takeaways. I've been on a holiday to Rome where we had McDonald's, KFC, we had pizzas, we had alcohol, we had cola, we had everything really was not good for me. And I came back half a kilo heavier in 3 days, but I burned it off in probably 2 days. And also went to Lithuania, 2 months later, so in May. That one was a little bit different. I wasn't really being greedy in that one like I was in Rome. I was being fed with a very high carb diet, very fatty diet in Lithuania. More for family, so I couldn't say no. I did drink a bit of alcohol over there too, but I came back 3 kilos heavier. But that, luckily for me, that was water weight, and I burned that off within a week. So that was quite good. That wasn't a good experience, but the biggest one's coming out in 3 weeks' time. I'm going to Rhodes on an all-inclusive holiday in 3 weeks' time, and I'm expecting to put weight on for that. I am not dieting when I'm on holiday. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to come back, push whatever weight I put on off, and get to my goal weight. So I'm 91.5 kg at the present moment. My goal weight is 89. So if I can get that before a holiday, fine, but I'm not going to go to maintenance till I come back from a holiday and I know I'm at 89 and it's constant. The plan for maintenance is quite straightforward. I will basically reverse diet. So currently right now I'm eating anything from 18 to 2,000 calories a day. I will reverse that up 100 calories per day, per week. So I should say 100 calories per day, per week. So over a period of 3-4 months, till I get to whatever, my maintenance calories is. So that could be about 3,000 calories. I suppose it could take me a while because I could go up, then I start noticing I put weight on, so I go back 100, maybe back 200 to maintain that 89 kg. Of course, what I'm trying to do is basically get my body fat percentage right down to 12 to 15%. Right now it's probably at 18-19%. Low the scales tell me it's about 17. I think there's a little bit more on the 18-19 there. So that's my target, and that could mean I have to go to 84 kg to get that definition. So the body looks better. The body looks more lean, more. Well, I don't know how to word this really, but the muscles and the veins popping out my body, that's what I really want. If I'm going to go down to this weight, I might as go for the maximum. I might as get what I really want. With pens, see, I think I've gone through about 6 pens now. I'm not sure really what's going. So that's a 2.5, a 5, a few 7.5s, and currently on a 10. I've got 3 7.5s left in the fridge. So my plan, of course, with maintenance, I should say, I keep going back and track over things, don't I? So maintenance, I've got 3.5 pens left, which should take me, my current dosage, up to Christmas. And once I hit that Christmas period, it'll be cold turkey. That's shocking, I know. Some people think that's really, really shocking, but I won't be one of those people who can get off Mounjaro and spend a year off it and prove I can stay off it. That's the reason why I'm so determined to get the muscle fatness right down. Not only to my goal weight at 89, but to get that muscle, you know, that percentage right into the 15% less than that. So I've got more muscle than I've got fat in my body, so it burns it faster. With though, of course, plans of my maintenance is not only to keep a decent diet, but it's to train hard as well. So we keep going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week. I might increase my time in the gym. Right now I'm doing, what, 1 hour, 1 hour and a half in the gym. I could probably increase that to 2.5 hours each time. I could even think about using a personal trainer to help me push myself that little bit further, to get myself that little bit far, you know, into that golden zone I want to get into. I'm looking at to doing spinning classes, other group exercise classes, maybe other type of physical exercise. You never know, climbing. What else can I do really? Running. You know, we've got a lettuce track my gym and things like that. So there's I could do join the squash. I could do squash, badminton. I don't think I will though, but I could do. The possibility is endless. Of course, I still want to cycle right through as long as I can into the winter. So I'm guessing cycling to October, November, before it gets too cold to cycle during the day in the mornings, at night. Dangerous, I guess. And start cycling again March onwards. You know, these are the type of things I want to do my next year in my maintenance. But if I was honest, this 10-month journey, if I go back 10 months ago, I started my first jab and I thought, nah, there's no way I'll lose this weight. No way. I thought I wouldn't keep it. Maybe 2 stone, 3 stone. 6 stone later. Wow. At the time, I was watching YouTube and the people who were on their journeys, the ones completed, and think I was jealous. I wished I started it a lot sooner. And that's another story. Back in April last year, I first went to the GP, asked to be put on Mounjaro, and of course got my knockbacks as usual, as everyone else does. But I should have gone private then. I should have forced myself to go private. But what I did, I just didn't do it. I didn't do it, and I went on holiday to Turkey last year in August, fat as a fuck, and realised when I came back from holiday I needed to do something about this. Even the year before, I had a health scare where I had an epileptic fit, and so no, it's not epileptic fit, it was a hypertension fit, doing my high blood pressure at the time, and it was uncontrolled, and I was told, even by the GP, I was that close to getting heart attack, stroke, high cholesterol, you name it, I probably had it, but I didn't have diabetes. So I had everything but the criteria to get Mounjaro. And I had to force myself into it. So I came back in August, applied for Mounjaro, heard nothing for weeks, had no idea about the price increase. No wonder I didn't get it for weeks. No idea about prices, no idea about anything. Sorry, phone call. Back here now. I came really going into that one, wasn't I then? Anyway, if you like this video, please like it, please share it. Please stay with me for the next 10 months of my journey, 12 months of my journey, 24 months of my journey. One thing I did want to do when I first started this YouTube channel back 10 months ago was to achieve at least 1,000 followers. Unfortunately, I've only got 300 plus, and none of my videos ever really taken off more than 1,000 views. And but one of these days it will be nice to get 1,000 views in one day, or 10,000 views overall and go viral. But you never know. Anyway, speak to you all soon, and for my weekly updates, and hopefully I'll be in maintenance soon, so we'll be able to talk about maintenance a lot more. Anyway, this is me 10 months later, a lot skinnier. See you later.